Today, I'm going to talk with you about 5 conditions that are typically treated with pharmaceutical drugs and the natural medicines we use instead of them. The 5 conditions are high blood pressure, acute flu, colds, and COVID, urinary tract infections, PMS, and high cholesterol. Many people have asked me to talk more about the kinds of natural medicines we use, and I'm glad we have the opportunity. It's also important to understand that there are times when a pharmaceutical drug can be useful and, in some cases, absolutely necessary. What we aim for when we do use a particular drug is to make it as temporary as possible. Why is that? Because, for the most part, pharmaceuticals are designed to suppress certain functions of the body. For example, in a cold, we have mucus. What's its purpose? It's not to make us feel dragged out and miserable, though that can happen along with what the body is doing. Mucus traps bacteria and viruses, and then by blowing our nose or coughing, we get them out of our body. Over the counter cold and flu medicines dry up the mucus, making us feel better at the moment, but it can also take longer then to get the virus and bacteria out of our body. So it's important to note that the reason that naturopathic medicine centered its science and medical schools and doctors around natural medicine is that our tradition traces its history all the way back to ancient Greece. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, invented a system of medical practice based on the body's natural ability to heal and rebalance itself. He believed then, as we do today, that the physician's most important job is to remove obstacles to the body's natural healing process rather than just suppressing symptoms. So, does that mean that naturopathic medicine leaves its patients to suffer from their symptoms? Not at all. It's possible to relieve a person's symptoms and strengthen their body's ability to heal. Much of that result revolves around our immune system, and much of the immune system is connected to the gut. Through healthy foods and natural medicines, we empower our patients, and they help to build a strong and resilient immune system at the same time that we're treating the symptoms and helping the body to heal them. Now, let's talk about some specific conditions, the drugs that are typically prescribed, and some natural medicines that can be used instead. And by the way, if you are currently taking or interested in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, herbs, and supplements, please consider visiting our online supplement store. It's on our website at drtaketa-wong.com. That's drtaketa-wong.com. Our prices are competitive with Amazon. All the products are tested for quality and purity by independent laboratories, and the proceeds go to helping children with autism with their medical expenses. We'll begin today with high blood pressure, which can be very dangerous. It can lead to heart attack, heart failure, stroke, and kidney disease. It happens when the blood vessels become narrowed, so more force is needed to push the blood through the body. It can be caused by many factors, including genetics and certain diseases. However, the most common culprits behind high blood pressure are unhealthy foods, lack of exercise, smoking, and alcohol. So I'm going to talk about a few of the side effects that happen with medications for high blood pressure. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take your high blood pressure medication. It just means that these are common side effects and they're things to be aware of when you're taking them. So beta blockers, for example, a drug called atenolol, are a class of drugs that frequently cause fatigue, asthma, and difficulty sleeping. ACE inhibitors like lisinopril commonly cause a dry cough and skin rash. Calcium channel blockers like nefadiac can cause constipation, dizziness, and headache. Diuretic medications can cause fatigue, leg cramps, and more frequent urination. For some people, that can disrupt their sleep. Some of the natural medicines we prescribe when weaning people off of pharmaceuticals are things like Rauwolfia, which is an herbal tincture, and also things like magnesium. So Rauwolfia is basically counteracting the chemicals that speed up the heart, like in the fight or flight response, so that reduces the pressure needed to move the blood through the vessels. Magnesium helps the muscles in the blood to relax, so they're not so narrow. Magnesium is like a natural calcium channel blocker without the side effects. PMS symptoms don't typically get much help from pharmaceuticals. So, using our natural medicine protocols, most patients report having few or no symptoms after a few months of working with us. About the only thing that's prescribed in regular medicine for PMS is ibuprofen to help with the pain from menstrual cramps or headaches, or sometimes birth control pills, but that's about it. So, we offer our patients a whole host of natural medicines that can balance a woman's hormones, which is typically the underlying cause of PMS symptoms like menstrual cramps and headaches, moodiness, and so on. Our protocols include healing foods, Western and Chinese herbs, acupuncture, homeopathic medicines, and supplements. I chose a few of the hundreds of possibilities that we use to help women with hormone balancing. So, Xiaoyasan is an herb that we commonly use for many of our patients. It's a Chinese herbal formula that is a blend of Chinese herbs that help to improve liver function, which then can help with balancing hormones. Luteinum is a homeopathic medicine that helps hormones to stay in balance. And Vitex is a Western herb that helps to increase progesterone, which tends to be low in most women with PMS symptoms. Vitex can come available in a tincture form like this, which is a liquid form of herbs, or it can also come in capsules, which we use. And we see those are just a few of the most common herbs that we use. And we see many of our patients that have significant relief from their PMS symptoms, and in many cases, can even completely resolve. Now, when it comes to the best treatment, it's important to emphasize that everyone has a different makeup. So each person really needs individually tailored medical solutions. To empower our patients with their health, we use cutting edge science to diagnose and time honored remedies to heal. Call our office to schedule a no charge medical consultation with me so that I can talk with you personally about your health concerns. Phone and other contact information is on our Facebook page. Now, colds, flu, and acute COVID are caused most often by viruses. I think most of us are familiar with their symptoms, and there isn't much in the way of pharmaceuticals to help the body clear out viruses that are caused by the common cold. There are some prescription pharmaceutical medications for flu and acute COVID. They definitely do have side effects, and many of our patients are asking us about natural medicines that don't have these side effects to help them be able to recover quicker. The over the counter products, as I mentioned earlier, don't address the underlying cause. They suppress the symptoms, like drying up mucus or suppressing a cough, but aren't really doing anything to address the underlying cause, which is to help to clear the virus out of your body. The natural medicines that we use are often more effective and more powerful because they are nature based. Patients don't have to worry about many side effects at all. And these are just a few samplings of the herbs that we commonly use to help many of our patients that are dealing with, again, acute cold, flu, and acute COVID. So Golden Pearls is a Chinese herbal formula that we use. It has a number of herbs that help to kill both viruses and bacteria, supports the immune system, and can also help with a lot of the other kinds of things like mucus and congestion and phlegm without suppressing our natural ability to be able to try to get the virus out of the body. Respigard is a combination of some different Western herbs that we use. These are herbs that help to kill viruses and bacteria. They also have herbs that help to support the immune system as well. And this is in a liquid format. It's in a glycerin base that tastes a little bit better, so it's typically easier to get into kids who don't swallow pills. We often use there's essential oils. So this is one that we use called On Guard. That's a combination of different essential oils that often helps with directly helping to kill viruses or bacteria. I find this really helpful whenever I have things like a sore throat that I'll use On Guard essential oil, and that will often help my sore throat to just go away really quickly. Another herbal formula that we use is called Perilla Pearls, and this is another Chinese herbal formula that can help with killing viruses, bacteria, supporting the immune system, and we really tailor it individually to what's going on for the person and also their symptoms. High cholesterol can lead to a buildup of sticky plaque in the arteries that narrows those blood vessels. The plaque builds up inside the arteries and it blocks blood flow, which can significantly increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases. Statin drugs, which are the main class of drugs that are used for cholesterol, come with many risks. Research has shown a link between statins and memory loss and difficulty with memory in general. Other side effects include nausea, gas, and constipation, and increased risk of diabetes. The most common side effects are muscle weakness and pain. Long term, they can cause muscle damage and harm to the liver as well. The natural medicines that we use help to lessen the risk of heart disease by reducing bad cholesterol and decreasing inflammation. They also support the liver in filtering out bad cholesterol from the blood and decrease the amount of cholesterol that gets absorbed through the intestines in the bloodstream. So this is one that we commonly use. So this is a combination of some herbs and antioxidants. So it does contain things like alpha lipoic acid and resveratrol, which are antioxidants that can help to decrease risk of heart disease. There's many others that we use. This also contains herbs like berberine, that can help with cholesterol, and berberine also can be helpful with regulating blood sugar as well. So, moving on to urinary tract infections. These are typically treated with antibiotics, which can come with a lot of problems and risks. Antibiotics typically cause diarrhea, upset stomach, and nausea. They decrease the good bacteria along with the bad, which can cause long term dysfunction in the immune system. Antibiotics can change the gut bacteria that produce chemicals that get sent to the brain. So, that can actually affect our mood, our focus, and attention, and many other things. And again, if the condition calls for it, we will, of course, prescribe an antibiotic. The advantage is that we will also prescribe probiotics and foods that at least help the body to avoid the unpleasant side effects. In avoiding antibiotics, some of the natural medicines that we use include urinary tract tinctures. These are concentrated herbs that kill bacteria that are specific to the urinary tract. So this is one that we use by Wise Woman Herbals called urinary tract support. And also just so that you know, we are not receiving any paid endorsements for talking about specific products. These are just products that we use all the time with many of our patients that we find very helpful in helping them to be able to get better. So with these urinary tract herbs, they, as I mentioned, help to kill bacteria. There's also herbs that help to support the immune system. And also when bacteria are in the bladder, they use a kind of hook that allows them to hang on to the wall of the bladder to avoid being flushed out when the person urinates. So what we do is that we use a supplement called D-mannose, and that actually makes the walls of the bladder more slippery so that the bacteria cannot hold on and get flushed out. We also encourage patients to help their body fight the infection by avoiding sugar and sugary foods, as they help to feed the bad bacteria causing the infection. I trust our conversation about the power and effectiveness of natural medicines has been useful for you. With our no-charge consultation, you're welcome to talk with me personally about any health concerns that you may have so that you too can be empowered with your health. All the contact information is on our Facebook page. For vitamins, minerals, herbs, and other natural medicines, please visit our online supplement store, which is on our website at drtaketa-wong.com. That's drtaketa-wong.com. Our prices are very competitive with Amazon. You can trust the products, and the proceeds go to helping children with special needs with their medical treatment. And you will find a link in the post with this video. So mahalo for joining us, and we hope to see you at our next YouTube Live. Aloha.